All right. Wow. That was heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking. And it sure humbled us. Obviously, being 2-0, I guess, it was right for us to feel excited. Any Giants fan or anybody else that's trying to like bring you down, like, oh, so you shouldn't be excited about the 2-0 Giants. Listen, man, it was fun while it lasted, and you guys, we had the right to enjoy the 2-0 start, regardless of how we think the Giants were, as a team as a whole. But this team was 2-0. With this loss, we're still over 500. Okay, so I mean, there's that, but it's very clear that this team needs a lot of work, right? And it was put on display on national television for the whole world to see, not just Giants fans, for the whole world to see that Daniel Jones has nothing else around him. Now, he played a fantastic game tonight. 196 yards, 79 yards on the ground. Threw that pick, was not his fault. We'll get into that later. Daniel Jones played a hell of a game tonight. Okay? This man was constantly under pressure. There were one or two instances where he could have avoided that pressure, but I mean, that's just, I'm plucking hairs here. Daniel Jones had himself a really good game, even under pressure. He made like 2 career throws in this game, and it's ironic because he had the career high in pressures. He was pressured at a career high rate this game with 22 pressures, most he's seen in his career. I don't know what was the second place, but 5 sacks, 22 pressures. Evan Neal was god-awful today. He allowed 3 sacks to DeMarcus Lawrence. That was not fun. We all knew that Evan Neal was going to be a target in this game, and it showed. Andrew Thomas was phenomenal. Andrew Thomas did not allow anything going his way. He got beat on a stunt, which I don't think on the stat sheet would be his fault. He got Micah Parsons and I think it was Anthony Barr that got on a stunt on the outside and got a QB hit on Daniel Jones, and that was it. But listen, as always, the Giants started out flat. They were going into this game only scoring 6 points as a whole in the past 2 games in the first half, and they add just 3 more points in the first half. They went into the half, I believe it was like 6-3 or 3-3, something like that, or 6 points. So it was 9-6 in the first half, something like that. 6-6. I don't know. But we only scored 6 points. So we add another 6 points to that. So 12 points in the first half. And we started off flat. We didn't run the ball as much as we used to. I've always said this every time we play the Cowboys. In order to beat the Cowboys, you have to be the Cowboys. You have to control the clock. You have to take that opportunity away from them for them to control the clock. You have to run the ball, even if it doesn't work. Me and Kush said this on the stream. It doesn't matter if you get 2-yard runs, 1-yard runs, even if you're stuffed in the backfield. Keep running the ball against the Cowboys. Eventually, you are going to break one out. 2 minutes later, literally 2 minutes later, Saquon broke a 36-yarder to the house. You have to keep running the ball against this Cowboys team to control that clock. And the Cowboys were able to move the ball so easily downfield. The defense, I wouldn't say got exposed, because the Cowboys just play the same on offense no matter what team they play. They just run the ball, and when they use that play action, it forces linebackers to bite, and they're able to use the rollout and hit their guys on crossing routes down the field, especially against zone coverage. It works every time. And that's how they make their money, and that's what they did in this game. Cooper Rush played well. He had no pressure tonight. Kayvon and Azeez fell flat in their debut this season. They were not. I mean, Azeez played well. Kayvon looked confused. There were a couple of plays where Kayvon was asking guys what the hell he was doing. One guy was saying, "Oh, you're blitzing on this play," and Kayvon was subbed in and out. I assume they were on snap counts because they're coming back from injury. So I really don't take that as a production thing. I think they were just on limited snap counts. Defense absolutely did nothing. They were. I don't want to say bend but do not break. A lot of the Cowboys' lack of points they put up was because of them, more so than the Giants. There were a couple of drop passes. There were a couple of times that just, they were stopped short. But it wasn't like the Giants doing. Like Adoree Jackson had a couple good plays, but yet he allowed some plays as well to CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb came on late towards the end of the game. He played really well. But I want to talk about the end of the game, right? That's where it really matters, the end of the game. First of all, you know, we talked about Daniel Jones and the pressure, right? The offensive line completely sold besides Andrew Thomas. These wide receivers, man, it was a joke in the beginning, right? It was funny. It was funny in the beginning. David Sills is our starting receiver. You know, he beat Kenny Galladay. Ha ha ha. This is ridiculous, man. This is bad. I shout out to Richie James. He's been doing all he can, but he's not enough. Like, he shouldn't be out there. There's no reason why he should be out there. Kenny Galladay should be earning his contract. I'm so pissed off at Kenny Galladay, man. You had 2 opportunities and you dropped. I mean, the first pass was understandable. You were coming back to the ball. It was a dart in tight coverage. Not a lot of receivers are going to come up with that pass. But that third down play, granted, you were a couple yards short of the first down marker. It was third down. But you make that catch, you make it a 4th and manageable. You make it a 4th and a decision, right? You eliminate that opportunity when you drop the ball. And that was already from a drop pass with Sterling Shepard. You know, and Sterling Shepard may have torn his ACL because that was a non-contact injury. You saw the way that he was just jogging downfield, automatically hurt his knee. That looks like ACL to me. It just looks like I don't know. It looks like ACL to me. All right. You know, towards the end of the game, man, first of all, the clock management too was not great. All right, the clock management we had, especially at the end of the half, was bad. At the end of the half, it was bad. Okay, you had a minute 15 seconds left to go. You call no timeouts. You let the clock run down to what, like 30-something seconds, and then you call your timeout. And it was Dallas that called the timeout. You try to keep all your 3 timeouts. You don't move the ball downfield. Then you go for it on 4th down. You go for it on 4th down and 3 in your own territory right before, you know, I think it was like around the 48, 49-yard line. It was right near midfield. You go for it on 4th down, which is not, I wouldn't do it, right? I wouldn't do it. This is like a couple seconds left to go in the game. Why would you go for it with a couple seconds left to go in the game with half the field to go? You go for it on 4th down. You pass the ball to Kenny Galladay, who doesn't make the catch, and it falls incomplete. Therefore, giving the Cowboys an opportunity to get 10 yards, which they do, and set themselves up for a field goal, which they missed, thankfully. I mean, not thankful anymore. They lost the game. Who cares? But you lost the game. Why didn't you punt it there? Like, the management was terrible right there. Management was terrible. You should have called that timeout with a minute 15 seconds left to go and put your team in position that if they wanted to go for 4th down, you could. And that was a 3rd down at the time before they called that, before they let that clock run down to like 30 seconds. That was bad at the first half, at the end of the first half there. I'm not going to say you left points on the board because I didn't believe them to move down the field at all anyway. But, and then at the end of the game, David Sills falling down. I mean, David Sills couldn't create separation all game. He's just not good. David Sills is not good, bro. He's not good. And like, we really need to target a wide receiver in the next draft or free agency. We really do. I would say the draft. We gotta go offensive heavy in this draft. I know we got a lot of defensive pieces we need, right? We need corner, we need linebacker. But we need wide receiver help, bro, for next year. Whoever's gonna be our quarterback, DJ or not, DJ, Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud, whoever, right? Tyrod Taylor, you need wide receivers, man. Do not let next season be the same thing we're seeing this season where we're calling good plays. The quarterback's actually playing well. DJ had a bad game last week. But DJ in week 1 and week 3 had good games. But his stat line doesn't show it because he's not able to get protection and receivers are just not getting open and they're not catching the ball. It's disheartening. It's disheartening. If we were going to lose today, fine. But this was just a bad showing. This was just a bad performance all around. Like, the only players I thought did a good job today was Daniel Jones, Andrew Thomas, and Saquon Barkley. Those are the only guys. And Sterling Shepard, for the most part, he did what he can. But he's like an honorable mention. But the top 3, Daniel Jones, Andrew Thomas, Saquon Barkley, as like the top 3 like every freaking week, right? I don't really know what else to say in this game. It felt good, man. It felt good. I'm trying to look on Twitter real quick to see. I wanted to talk about something, but let me see if I can be reminded here. Let me see here. That's what I was going to talk about. Leonard Williams. We felt the lack of Leonard Williams tonight. We felt the missing presence of Leonard Williams without him there. Stopping the run was just, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it without Leo there. Dexter Lawrence wasn't enough. And of course, Dallas, one of the better running teams in this era, just ran it all over us. And we went from being a decent run-stopping team to now bad, especially statistically, all right? We've already allowed like 100 yards in each week so far, running the ball. So, I mean, that being said, guys, it's a lot. It's a lot. This is going to be a long season, honestly. I know it's like a big shift in going from 2-0 to 2-1, and now we're saying it's a long season. I already knew it was going to be a long season, but I was trying to enjoy the 2-0 start as much as we can. And, yeah, guys, that's all I got. I'm sorry if I just rambled on, but, I was really enjoying the 2-0, man. I really wanted to get 3-0. I had like a TikTok idea too to go 3-0. And that's it, guys. That's it. On to Chicago. I'll be there in Chicago with Kush, Ash, whoever else is going. I'll be there next week in New Jersey. I gotta run some errands. I gotta get some things situated before I leave. Also gotta find a hotel too. I haven't really booked a hotel yet, so it's gonna be interesting. So I'll see you guys later.